Do you know how much my time is worth? I bill $1,000 an hour, and you're wasting it asking stupid questions. The screaming came from Julian Cross, the new VP of Engineering at Apex Systems. He wasn't yelling at a catastrophic error. He was yelling at a woman holding a mop. Get out! And take your trash bucket with you. If I see you in the coding lab again, I'll have you banned from the building. Julian thought he was asserting dominance. He thought he was cleaning up the office. But he made a calculation error that no algorithm could fix. He didn't know that the janitor he just kicked out actually wrote the code he was trying to sell. And in exactly 8 minutes, Julian is going to walk into a board meeting to present his quarterly goals, only to realize that the woman with the mop is sitting at the head of the table. It was 9 a.m. on a Monday. The Apex Systems lobby was buzzing. Julian Cross walked in like he owned the place. He didn't. He had been hired 2 weeks ago to trim the fat and maximize profits. Julian was the classic tech bro. He believed that if you didn't wear a $5,000 suit, you didn't matter. He believed that empathy was a bug, not a feature. He stopped at the front desk, tapping his watch. Jessica, where is the coffee? And why is the floor in the server room wet? I have investors coming at noon. I'm sorry, sir. A pipe burst. Elena is mopping it up now. Elena? The cleaning lady? Great. Just what I need. An amateur in the server room. Julian stormed toward the server labs. He needed everything perfect for the board meeting. He was going to pitch a new software update, Project Icarus, that he claimed was his own invention. There was just one problem. He stole the code, and he had no idea how it actually worked. Elena wasn't just wiping the floor, she was looking at the terminal screen. She saw a line of code that was flashing red, a critical error in the cooling protocol. She stood up, grabbed the keyboard, and typed a quick patch. Click, clack, enter. The red light turned green. Julian bursting in. Hey! Are you insane? Did you just touch the console? The cooling cycle was stuck in a loop. I just unlatched it. If I hadn't, the drive would have overheated. You unlatched it? He laughs, looking around for an audience. Listen to this. The janitor thinks she's a developer. Honey, stick to the toilet bowls. Leave the coding to the people with degrees. I have a degree, Julian. 2, actually. And that code you're running? It has a memory leak on line 400. That was the trigger. Julian hated being corrected, especially by the help. He stepped close, using his height to intimidate her. Let me explain something to you. I am the VP of Engineering. You are the help. You don't speak to me. You don't look at my screens. You clean the floor and you disappear. Do you understand? I understand perfectly, Julian. You prefer appearance over function. Get out, before I fire you myself. Elena picked up her bucket and left. But she didn't leave the building. She went to the break room, grabbed a coffee, and sat down. 10 minutes later, Julian walked in with a young candidate, a nervous kid named Toby, there for an interview. Julian didn't see Elena sitting in the corner, or maybe he just ignored her like she was furniture. So, Toby, I see here you went to state school? Yikes. We usually only hire Ivy League. Well, sir, I built a decentralized app that... I don't care about your apps. I care about pedigree. Apex Systems is an elite environment. We need sharks. You look like bait. This interview is over. You don't have the look. You don't have the killer instinct. Go work at a help desk. Toby looked crushed. He stood up, holding back tears. That's when Elena stood up. Elena. Wait, Toby, right? Julian. Oh my God, are you still here? Elena. I looked at your GitHub profile, Toby. Your compression algorithm is brilliant, efficient. Julian. Excuse me? Who asked the cleaning lady for her opinion? Elena. I'm just saying, Julian, you're throwing away talent because of your ego. That's a bad business model. Julian. That's it. You're done. Security. 2 security guards enter, but they look hesitant. They know Elena. The guards walked in. Julian pointed a shaking finger at Elena. Julian. Escort this woman out of the building. Revoke her access card. I want her banned for life. Guard 1. Mr. Cross? Are you sure? Julian. Am I sure? Do I look like I'm joking? Drag her out! Elena raised a hand to stop the guards. Elena. It's okay, guys, I'll go. I have a meeting to get to anyway. Julian. A meeting? What, with the unemployment office? He laughs at his own joke. Go on, get out of my sight, and take your cheap hoodie with you. It's offending my eyes. Elena smiled, a cold, dangerous smile. Elena. Enjoy your presentation, Julian. I hear the board is very particular about details. She walked out. Julian adjusted his tie, feeling like a king. Julian. Finally. Now let's go impress the owners. Julian thought he had just taken out the trash. He had no idea he had just fired the woman who signed his paychecks. And the meeting Elena was going to? It was with him. If you hate bosses who treat people like dirt, hit that like button right now. 12 p.m. The boardroom. Julian stood at the head of the table. His PowerPoint was loaded. Project Icarus was on the screen. He looked at the empty chair at the very front, the chairman's seat. Julian. Ladies and gentlemen of the board, thank you for coming. Today, I present the future. My team has developed a code that will revolutionize the market. Board member. Your team, Julian, or the founder's team? Julian. The founder hasn't been seen in 2 years. This is my vision. I cleaned up this department. I got rid of the dead weight. I fired the incompetence. Interesting, because the founder is actually here today to review your work. Julian. Here? Where? Elena walked in. She didn't have a mop bucket this time. She had a tablet. Julian blinked. He squinted. Julian. What is she doing here? Security! I told you to remove her! The room went silent. The board members didn't look at Elena with disgust. They looked at her with respect. Elena walked right past Julian. She walked to the empty chair at the head of the table, and she sat down. Julian. You can't sit there. That's the chairman's seat. Get up! Elena. Actually, Julian, it's the founder's seat. And since I own 51% of this company, I think I'll sit wherever I want. The color drained from Julian's face. Founder? He whispered. Elena. My name is Elena Corvus. I wrote the original Apex code in my garage. I dress casually because I work comfortably. And sometimes, I like to walk the floors to see how my managers treat my people. Elena. And what I saw today, Julian, was embarrassing. You insulted a staff member. You rejected a brilliant candidate based on his pedigree. And you tried to launch code that had a memory leak on line 400. Julian. I didn't know. You were mopping the floor. Elena. I was cleaning a spill because the reception team was busy. It's called leadership. You should try it sometime. Julian. Please, Ms. Corvus, give me another chance. I'm the best engineer you have. Elena. No, you're not. She points to the door where Toby, the nervous candidate, is standing. Toby is better, which is why I just hired him, as your replacement. Julian Cross didn't just lose his job. He lost his reputation. As the guards escorted him out, he passed the server room. The red light was gone. The system was humming perfectly, because Elena had fixed it. Julian walked out into the parking lot, his box of belongings in his hand. He had judged the book by its cover, and the book had closed on him. Back in the office, Elena put her hoodie back on. She had work to do, because real bosses don't need suits to prove they have power. They just need to know the code. Julian thought kindness was a weakness. He thought cleaning up meant firing people, not helping them. But here's a question for you. In your experience, who are the worst bosses? The ones who yell, or the ones who don't know how to do the actual work? And did Elena go too far by tricking him, or was it the only way to see his true colors? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story of corporate justice, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.